To us before the game, I don't like your no wins in 5 stat. How do you like your first win in here in 25 years statistic?
Wow, a lot. Good result, important result, because we are still attached to the top of the table. This is what we needed. I said before this game, we have to keep fighting. The team played a good game. We had difficulties in the game, but we tried to play all the time. We had some good opportunities. Defensively, we were good. And so I am satisfied for the performance.
If you were fortunate with the goal itself, do you think you deserve to win overall?
I think, honestly, it was a draw, to be honest. Arsenal did more control of the ball. We were good defensively. The first half, we were not so clinical in possession. But honestly, it was a draw. But
if that was a little bit of fortune,
I think that the last game we played against Tottenham, I think we could deserve to win. Against Crystal Palace, we could deserve to win. Today, I think we get the point that we lost against Palace and Tottenham.
How important was that save from Jordan Pickford right at the end?
No, Jordan did really well. He had a good save at the end. He was comfortable, I have to say, good with the ball. His performance was really good.
And for you as well, how much more positive was it, the fact that you had options, particularly on the bench at Brighton? It was so young.
No, of course, for example, helped us a lot when he came with his experience, with these skills. I put fresh legs in midfield. Andre worked a lot, but I think when you have option on the bench, it's better.
As well as the points towards your target of Europe, how much does this victory give you renewed belief?
No, I think it was important. After 5 games without victory, it was important against a strong team. And so we are keep fighting. I think I always said the race will be decided at the last game. I think it will be so.
Well, the result, an overturned penalty and an own goal, did that all combine to make a really miserable night for you?
Yeah, but there are certain things we cannot control. We can control the performance. I think we were the better team on the pitch, but there are certain decisions that we cannot control, and last week it was exactly the same thing.
You even called it in your programme notes. You said, I think we have to believe there's an astrophysicist capable.
No, we can give them a whistle and they can come next to me and whistle the game, because to disallow a goal 15 seconds before 8-9 touches, and I saw it 10 times, I cannot see it. But you can draw the line however you want, how thick you want. When the moment that the ball leaves that, I don't get it.
As far as you're concerned, is it just a lottery?
And the lottery can be taken the way they want. Zero control.
What about
because
the goal?
There is an action, is an offside action, it goes to a corner. If they score from that corner, it is a goal, and it's 2 meters offside. So somebody has to explain that.
The goal itself, was it more than just a goalkeeping error? Was it 2 errors combined?
It's an own goal. It's a goal that we know we have to do better.
I'm not sure what he can say, but has Bernd Leno said anything after the goal?
No, I haven't spoken to him.
Of the overall performance, what did you make tonight?
That we were the better team, that we lacked some clear-cut chances and a bit more edge in the final third. But I thought that we didn't deserve to lose the game.
Just not making enough of the possession advantage you had?
Yes, and we weren't enough threat, enough quality in the final thirds to open them up. It's true that they are very well organized, but we would have the moment in the right moment, and we conceded the goal in the wrong moments, and when we had the penalty, it wasn't given.
How damaging is this, do you think, in your quest?
It's damaging for the confidence, because the last 2 games we lost 5 points at home, and it should have been a completely different result, but this is what it is.
How worrying is that home form? That's 9 defeats at home now. Yeah. That's worse for 90 years.
Yeah, it's terrible, unacceptable.
But what is in front of you next week is a huge semi-final.
Yeah.
How do you pick yourselves up from this?
We have to rest, analyze the game again, and focus, put all of our energy and belief in the game. And we know what it means for us and what the consequences would have for us at the end of the season.
Thanks, Mikel.
Thank you.
Goodness me. Have you seen Mikel Arteta like that before?
You know, the thing with him is he says what he's feeling. You know what I mean? And he like a lot of people and a lot of managers and fans, very frustrated with some of the decisions. And like I was saying to Chris, is like he said, it's subjective. They could put the lines any way they want. It doesn't seem right, doesn't seem fair. I'm not saying that should have been a penalty for me. It shouldn't have been a penalty. Didn't think there was enough contact. But I totally understand the frustrations. But at the same time, you know, we didn't play well enough. I thought the substitution of Pepe was a mistake for me. I think when Willian came on, they switched Saka over to the right, and then what was happening is Saka would get it, he'd cut back inside, and it would come across the pitch. Willian would get it because obviously he's naturally right-footed. He'd come back inside, and the only time we really did breach them was when Partey played it through, and we saw Jordan Pickford made that great save when Martinelli tried to flick it in. We were starting to get a little bit of joy with Pepe isolating Seamus there, Coleman there, but then he took him off, and we just lost that impetus.
What do Arsenal look like for you from the outside? Because Righty obviously is very emotionally attached to the club. Where are they at?
I mean, I think the frustrations and the frostiness of that post-match interview is the frustrations bubbling out from what has been a frustrating week. Not just a frustrating week, but especially this week. So many things that he's probably desperate to say, wanting to get off of his chest, wanting to really kind of disclose what's happened, and, you know, can't. And I think he held himself together pretty well there. What they look like is a little bit toothless in that, you know, is there a decisive way of playing that's cutting teams open? Not really. Everton were very similar, I think, tonight in that respect. But you're kind of looking at who's grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. I agree. Pepe was, just before he got brought off, I think was one of the best chances, was that little dink, and where we highlighted that, you know, if Eddie Nketiah had made that movement to the near post, that would have been a textbook goal. Little seen the cue, made the run, simple goal. But it just seems that certainly across that forward line, there's not any synchronised thinking, let alone the movement. I mean, you could argue that Arsenal had the better of the chances. I think Callum Chambers, that was probably the best chance of the game. But it just seems like I think you feel like wounded, a bit bruised for the whole events of the week, and it looks like the whole team are feeling it.
But next week now, Unai Emery would like nothing else over two legs than to knock Arsenal out and get to another Europa League final. I mean, just how huge, we know where they are, the 9th, they're 5 points behind Everton. How huge are these two games, particularly the first leg now away in Spain? It's
massive. It's massive to not only get past that game, but to try and win this competition, because even if that happens, it doesn't save the way this season's panned out and the way we've played. Because let's face it, let's say we get through Villarreal, we get through whoever's in the final, win that, and get into the Champions League with what Arsenal have got now on their roster, what they're capable of getting. You know, what's going to happen to Arsenal if we get into the Champions League? There's a lot of work to be done at Arsenal, you know, and for Arsenal to get to the Europa Cup final and win it, it doesn't make me feel happy simply because I still think there's so much work to be done that even if we do win it, get into the Champions League, we're going to end up doing what? We qualified for the Champions League with 25 years, and how many times did we get knocked out last 16? We got to the final once. I think that then putting the emphasis and the onus on Champions League and getting there, we've kind of lost our way in respects of building our club up, getting ourselves into a position where we saw our owners trying to use a cheat code to get at the top table. We've got a lot of work to do. I think we find ourselves in a very fortunate position to be in a position where we're in a final, but we've still got so much work to do. That manager's got a lot on his plate.
Righty, Rachel, thank you very much indeed. It's an emotive week and night for Arsenal, but Everton are still in there and very much fighting for a European place, and the three of us will see you soon. No goals at the break in North London between Arsenal and Everton in that first half. What have you made of it, Rach?
I think I used the word underwhelming, and I think that describes it pretty well. I don't think either team have kicked into third gear, let alone fourth or fifth. I think some of the little build-up has been snuffed out. It's been quite tight in that midfield. Alan's made quite a lot of mistakes with simple passes. So for Everton point of view, they want to be expansive. They want Digne and they want Coleman to get that ball, get it out wide, cause problems, drag out the Arsenal's defence. They haven't done that quick enough. Gomez has got caught in possession too many times. James has got caught in possession. Too many touches. It needs to be shorter, sharper from Everton. From
an Arsenal point of view?
Well, they've started, the onus is on Arsenal to try and attack them. It's, they're at home and they have to try and go at them. And I've been a little bit impressed with Eddie. I think Eddie's his link-up play's been OK, but in the main, nothing to write home about. Not enough for me. Quick passes. I think Emile Smith-Rowe's been on the outskirts of the game a little bit. You want him to get involved a bit more. Same with Saka. It's just not enough, not quick enough, not sharp enough.
OK. Well, Everton have had the better opportunities in front of goal, Rach.
Yeah, they have. I mean, I want to see Richarlison back on that left side, but he's been effective when he's come off that right and come more central. When he's on his left side and cutting onto his right foot, he's really effective. Here he's doing the opposite. He's coming in off the right, cuts it across, and it's a left foot. Decent save from Leno. Kind of fortunate it doesn't pop up to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But to say, that's the best chance, it's a save that Leno would say he should make. And then I thought a set piece could define it because neither team were playing scintillating football. And if you've got the choice of James, Sigurdsson or Digne, set piece takers, you could have seen Everton taking the lead from that.
You touched on Eddie Nketiah there. We spoke about him before the game. We had a close look at his first half. How's he doing?
Well, like I say, this is the area you want him to really kick in. You see, Godfrey's having a look at him because he's thinking, right, where is he? Now he's had this look. This is the one where Eddie's got to make the run in here because now he's looking at the ball. When the ball's going to be delivered, Eddie's got to make that run while he's focusing on where the ball is. He can't just go in straight, and that's where you've got to be different. That's where you've got a nick and a half chance. Now you look at Dominic Calvert-Lewin's position here. Watch how he attacks this. Look at him. Look at he's going. Look, bang. You see now. That defender had to really move. You see Godfrey, he didn't have to do anything, and that is the difference. That's the difference in making a chance for yourself, taking a half chance and making it into a chance, and that's what he's got to do.
And Saka has been a danger on a couple of occasions to Everton. He might have punished them more here.
Yeah, he does really well, actually, to kind of not give up, recycle the play, pick out a little pass, and then, from a wide position, get back involved, sniffs where the danger is, managed to nick it off. When you see this is how I would shoot with one foot.
He's just kind of floppy-footed it. It's like...
Just snatched that. You said, why can't you have the composure in that area?
You see, see where he's come off right off his toes. It's one of those where, if I'm in that situation, what I used to try and do in training is to make sure that I just got a good contact on it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind if someone blocked it. I wouldn't try and rush the shot just to get the shot off. I'd rather take it so I could get a clean strike on it. If someone blocks it, then it's fine. But to miss-kick it rolls into the goalkeeper's arms from that kind of area, I'd be very disappointed.
Everton, 5 without a win. They've drawn the last 3. What do you want to see from them in the second half here? Because this is going to be defining, potentially, between a European place and not the next week.
Yeah, it is. And we've seen a lot of games with Ancelotti in charge where they've started at quite a pedestrian manner. They've looked like they're not really at it, and then they've snatched a 1-0 victory. I think Ancelotti and his team have become quite comfortable with being really patient in a game. It's not all guns blazing and then getting frustrated that's not actually broken down a team. I've seen this game in, game out, where they've not looked stunning, but actually they've found a way to break it down. When you've got Calvert-Lewin, you've got the pace of Richarlison, you've got quality. And we saw there's a couple of occasions when Richarlison got in dead easy, the ball over the top, and a slightly better ball, you can see how Arsenal can get opened up.
That's the problem, I think, especially when I watched how we played against Fulham. I think if Everton can get on the ball and they can be sharper, Allen into James, into maybe Gomez and Sigurdsson and stuff like that, they've got enough where they can cause Arsenal more problems. I don't think they've been on the ball long enough with the quality of the players they've got. That worries me, and I believe that we need to nick something pretty soon.
OK.